Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Whenever I start my washing machine, that's just basically what my thing is. Away I go. It stops about right here. I will demonstrate that. And this is what happens. I'm stuck with my laundry, not being, well, the water doesn't empty or whatever, and that's it. So several times later, I've been trying to do this and get this running and completing the cycles. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pull it out from the wall. So I pull it out from the wall. Yeah, I know. What I suspect to be the problem is the pump. So I'm like, okay. I check the model number and I go online. I'm checking online to see what I find, and immediately we have one. It's next month lead time, but it's got my same model number. So I'm like, okay, this is what the pump looks like, matches up. We're good to go at this point. I might check for cheaper ones later. So now that I've found the pump online, I'm like, okay, what's the next thing I can do to fix my situation? And I'm like, well, the last time I took this all apart, I took the pump out, and I found that if I move the motor, I could get the pump to work temporarily. Also, there's a drain right there, and that's why I moved the washing machine over. Now that I turn the lights on, I grab my screwdriver, and I undo the water. You can see it coming out. Thank goodness I have a drain nearby. And I dump the system. Okay, so the next thing I do, I just want to kind of keep the water in there. So the water goes down here, not a big deal. This is just a 2-wire pump, not really all that special. And then if you go inside it, there's a sealed enclosure, and if you move the propeller, you can get the pump kind of like a starter. If you get a starter, if you get it off from a position where it doesn't, it'll run again. Because every time these kind of motors, when they wear, it's like a fuel pump, a water pump. If it's electric, in this case, this is electric, not a mechanical water pump. And then with a car, if you have a starter and it won't start, if you hit it with like a hammer, not heavy, just a couple light hits, you could move it just so the motor will actually find a position where it's not dead and it will actually go and start the vehicle. I've existed for months to years doing that kind of stuff, to the point where I even thought about putting mechanical apparatus to kind of like cantilever up. When I pull the lever, that would hit the starter and the vehicle would start again. So in this case, it's the same deal. So that's me draining out the water. Makes a bloody mess. So at this point, water is mostly drained out, and you can just take this part off here. There we go. And that gives you for the pump. And what I've done is I just kind of move the propeller, just like this, and you can hear it. If I look down here, you'll see that the propeller I'm talking about, and it's probably pretty well worn. At this point, if you want to get into it, there's only 3 bolts, 1, 2, and then 3 on the far side, and then you can actually take this whole thing out. It's only a 2-wire system. You have your neutral and your hot wire for this pump. It's only probably a 110-volt pump. And then I'll take the cover off in a second here. So it's a little tricky. You've got 2 little flaps, and you get your pump. And the cover protects it from the water. And that's what the pump looks like. I can get to around here. So this cover just goes right back on here, just like this. You click it back down if you can find the appropriate hole. Click like that, take it out, you press here, and it is a bit hard, but you're able to do it there, just like that. So that's all together. So by doing this, by moving the pump, I can get it to actually work again. So put us all back the way it was. This is all put back together. We know the pump works. And then we put the sheet back in. That usually takes 2 hands. So here, you can hear the pump working. You just kind of push up the rest of the water. So while the washing machine's in a new cycle, I'll look for some new pumps, and for 28 bucks under Prime, it'll be shipped right to my door, and I don't have to wait till next month. It is now in rinse mode. If I pull this up over here. So there you go. It's actually draining the way it should be. Using the pump. Water is going down. For now, it works, and I'm happy. Thanks for watching, guys. Any questions, comments, concerns, I will be doing a replacement video for the pump. It'll be very short and sweet compared to this one. As always, be safe, have fun, and I'll catch you later. Peace! Washer just finished emptying, and it's on spin cycle. One bonus little thing is I got these stainless steel wrapped braided lines. You should check yours. If you have got the rubber ones, replace them with these because it's much better. They'll last longer. But you should still check these every 3 to 5 years. Make sure there's no leaks, because I've had mine break, and if you're lucky, you'll have a drain. If you're not, you'll have a flooded basement, a flooded level, all the nastiness of water problems. And yes, I do plan on fixing this laundry room. It is gnarly. It's just not in the cards as of yet.